So we are on site, Chris's new barn. These are the foundations. We're here today to pour some concrete into these holes. There's some massive holes here. Lots of soil everywhere. It's very windy, very cold. The concrete pumping truck has just arrived. Now I need to get that set up, ready for the concrete to arrive in a couple of hours. Glorious sunny day, but pretty cold and windy. Right, so the concrete pump man's all set up, ready to pump. We're waiting for the first concrete truck to arrive. Pipes all set to pump the concrete. Just shoring up some of the holes so it doesn't overflow the top. Still cold and windy. Right, this is Big Head. There's some more sheep through there and some cows, and then lots of fields, and then down there you probably can't see, but there's some more sheep, and then there's a view. And there's a house over there, and some wind turbines in the distance. And we're still waiting for the concrete truck. First cement truck just arriving, pumps all ready to go. Right, so the first cement truck's arrived. It's going to unload into the hopper, and the pump's going to pump it all the way from there, all the way down this pipe. All the way over here and into the holes. Off we go. Right, first truck's unloaded, pumped out, filled, I don't know, 4.5, 5 holes. Second truck's just arrived. As soon as that's piped up, we'll be on to the next one. It's the next one to be filled. As you can see, it's a big hole.
Ready to order.
Yeah. There's 2 lorry loads done, we're about halfway. Third truck's just arrived, ready to go with some more. Still lots to do. Well, it's early Saturday morning. All the concreting was done yesterday. It's all now set, but not set as hard as it needs to be. All the holes are filled. Need to prepare the stanchions today and the cross members, some welding and painting over the weekend, ready to start putting the stanchions up on Monday is the plan. Another reasonably bright day, pretty cold, some sun, some lovely view. Right, let's get to it. Hello, I'm a chicken, you know. Just come say hello to the chickens. Ate some of their eggs this morning for breakfast. Very nice. Nice fresh eggs, lovely. Yeah, a lot of happy chickens. Okay, we've now moved into the barn for a bit of heavy industrial engineering. It looks like a shipbuilding yard in here with all of this heavy metal work. It's all got to be welded together to make a barn. The size of some of these pieces. Right, Saturday, well, middle of the day, beautiful sunny day, a bit cool but very nice. I'm out here painting the stanchions, which I've moved from the barn, and I'll then be taking them up to the site up there and parking them ready to be installed hopefully on Monday. Chris is in the barn. We've moved around all of the steel work in there ready for welding. He's just rigging up the JCB to use as a crane to move stuff around in there. And Corinne is up there with a mini digger digging the foundations for the new house extension. So we're all pretty busy really. Okay, we're inside the barn now. We've set up the first rafter, which is braced between these 2 pillars of the barn. So that's one leg, it comes down, piece in the middle, gusset piece in the middle, and the other leg goes up there. And Chris is just about to weld on a piece as a guide for assembly of the other parts. So the welding work continues. Corinne's painting the bits that have already been welded on, and I've got to be out there painting the ones on the back of the trailer. Lots of welding to do. And I've painted all the lower parts of the main stanchions. So I'm back over at the site, removing all of the wooden templates, ready to put the stanchions on. I've done some of them, still got the wooden cross pieces to remove. It's come over a bit cloudy, cold and windy. Chris is down in the barn welding up his roof trusses, and Corinne's painting all of the unpainted bits on the trusses as well. Press on. So my job just at the moment is clearing these holes of the timber framework that marked the bolt holes. I've taken off the template at the top which held the bolts in place, and I've got to take out all the timber frame. I've done most of them, but this is a pretty tricky one because the frame's been set into the concrete, so yeah, a bit of chiselling I think. Okay, well that's cleared that more or less. So all the holes are now clear of timber and templates and so on. This is the deepest one on the corner, so they're all ready to have the stanchions dropped on them, which is scheduled for tomorrow, but as it's only lunchtime on Sunday, we may get a chance to crack on with that this afternoon. So I'm right in the top corner. That's what the front of the barn leading that way, and one long wall leading this way. Right, must be nearly lunchtime. So while I've been clearing the holes, Chris has been in here busy doing the final bits of welding on this main roof beam, which is the first one. It requires a lot of manipulation to get it in the right place. Right across the barn, suspended from the roof on a hoist and two straps. Just got the last weld to do before lunch. Off you go.
Well, I perhaps ought to wait until you're not looking.
That's alright, I'll manage that. Look at that. Right, well we've just been moving up some of the already painted beams, now in place on site. Brought them up on the trailer and just offloaded them with the tractor and the slings. So we've got most of them in place now for the morning, to start putting the main stanchions in place. The first roof truss is over at the other side of the site there, you can't really see that, we moved that up earlier. That was quite a big operation, and Chris is still down in the barn now welding the second truss, and we've got a beautiful sunset in the distance there, and the wind's dropped so it doesn't feel too cold. Okay, so you missed the early morning sunshine and the frost, but
yes,
we've got to...
But it can be that we have a little bit snow.
Oh, but now we've got 3 posts in place with the tractor. We're going to move the rest into place with the tractor and then actually put them in with the JCB because the tractor hasn't got enough lift height. Stop me for a cup of tea now. Chris is down there, or he was down there, doing the welding. So we moved all the posts onto site with the tractor, apart from the gable end posts, and we're using the JCB to lift them up and drop them into position. So we've done all the far side. I've got these to do in this row. So it's another one done, just manoeuvring to get onto the next one, which is here, already in position. They're not all straight at the moment, but they're not going to be corrected later on the bolts. So how many stanchions have we got up? Loads.
18.
No, not 18, 16.
60.
Still 2 to go down the end there. Put the gable ends in. So it's starting to look a bit like a barn. It's lunchtime now. Okay, so I'm back on site, levelling, setting all the stanchions straight in 2 dimensions, and Chris has gone back to work on the trusses because we obviously need to put them up next. I've straightened those 2. You can see they're straight and in line. And if I turn and look this way, you might be able to see that these aren't all in line just at the moment. So there's a bit of corrective work needed. Right, I've done this row of stanchions, they're now all in line. See what you think. Look pretty good to you? Good. It's starting to go dark and it's getting cold. Well, it was cold to start with, it's getting colder. But I've now done the whole lot. So these are all, well, you can see that they're all in line. But they certainly weren't before, they were all over the place. Now they're all nicely lined up. And now we have the current state of the structure, all standing and straight. It's got all cloudy, got pretty cold. Still a nice view. Chris is down there in the barn preparing rafters. A bit of a change this morning. It's Tuesday morning, my last day really. Posts are all up there and straight, ready to go. Chris is welding up the roof truss. It's not called truss, but the roof bit that goes on the top. The first one of those. So I'm down here digging some foundations for the orangerie. This is the foundation here. It's got to go across there, and there's some more that Corinne has been digging with the digger. So that's the foundations are sort of out there. But the building inspector's coming round later this morning, and he'll want to be able to see in this hole, which is currently full of rubble. But I've got to break up this bit yet, so I better press on. Right, done that. Broken up all that concrete. I'm a bit knackered now. It's not cup of tea time yet though. Right, I'm back over on site. It's going to be coffee time soon, I hope. I'll get a piece of cake. Right, so I'm doing the timbers. There's one that go halfway up between the stanchions. They need to be bolted in place. They just need to be cut to fit the stanchions, which is a bit of precision job, which I'm doing with a chainsaw. Right, carry on. Right, it's 4:30 on Tuesday, going dark, or gone dark. We've got the little bits of timber up. A lot brighter on the camera than it is in when you're here. And the first ones, we've got the upper timber in place, the middle timber, and you probably can't see them, but there are cross bracing wires that are also in place, which Chris is just doing up. And on the other side, we've got upper and lower timber and the cross bracing wires. And down near the barn, we've got a completed piece which goes up here, the end gable piece, and another gable piece which you see lying down on the grass over there. But we've got as far as we can today really, because it's going dark. Time for a cup of tea. So it's pretty much gone dark now. This is Tuesday evening, so we're packing up. There's one rafter, as I call it, up on site. Another one here outside the barn, and rafter number 1 is inside the barn, more or less ready to go. It's been painted. Didn't quite get time to paint it, to put it up before it went dark. So it'll be ready to go. The next stage of the project, and there it is, ready to go with its extra gusset plates. New addition to the design to reinforce it. It'll be all ready to go as the next job.